Welcome to Challenge the Road. This is the secret project. This is what I started in 2013, looking for rally cars and then putting them with road cars. And this has taken me a long time to do. We're now at 2020, 7 years on, and I've got the Focus rally car, the Colin Mcrae car, and I've now got the Focus Mk1, which is great to show you all the bits on these cars, all the differences. But in the background, I bought a Subaru rally car in '99. Then we got the 22B, so we got that coming too. Then we got the Lancia rally car, but we haven't got the road car. So we're gonna have to work on that during the coming months and try and get one to do a review. But as I say, it was a real private, secret project of mine to do this because I just love this era, love these type of cars. And I love it that it's really difficult to get them. It's not like you can just walk in the showroom and just buy a new Lamborghini. That's all fine. But these take time. You need to be educated, you need to know the right people, you need to be looking around in the right circles, and then they come up and you have to make that decision there and then to buy them, and it takes time. Like this Focus, I think I was looking for around 2 years for this car. It's really difficult to find. The 22B, 5 years trying to find a good 22B, and I'm really happy with what I've got now. So I really hope you enjoy this video. We're gonna go on, start at the front and work our way all the way through. So let's start at the front of these cars and work our way back through. So the bumpers look actually very similar. We've got a fog light here, but we've got an open vent here. We've also got obviously the same grille in here. This looks very similar, except from there's a lot of strut bracing here going through to the intercooler. Front of the car, obviously huge amount of carbon here. Lots of carbon. Air filter. The air filter's down in there on this car, but here it's a huge air filter. So you're going right through. Then we got the engine on the Focus RS, the road car, is obviously sitting proud here. In the rally car, is sitting right back and actually a substantial angle there going down. So that's quite a big difference on there. We've obviously got a lot of this motorsport tubing, which the rally car's got, and someone has obviously added to this Focus RS. What else we got on here? Well, the bonnets and that are very similar in weight, which I was really surprised. This is quite heavy actually. It seems like an alley strut. The strut's very light. This is, say, very, very similar weight. I assume they had to do that because they have to keep a level of weight as well, so they can't make the whole car as light as they want. Lights look the same apart from that's in carbon. The width on the arches looks exactly the same. Might be wrong, but I can't be that far out. Maybe that's 5 mil wider. There's vents here on the RS. Haven't got them on the WRC car. Well, the main thing for me is just seeing that this engine is so far back. There's loads of room here. Actually, there's some looks like a gold coloured strut in there. Maybe we'd try and find out what that's for, but obviously it might be something to do with the suspension, which is like a gold colour there. But everything looks very tidy in the road car, and in the rally car it looks like there's just everything everywhere. So that's the main difference I see in there. Lots of switches and code and bits on here, which you can see. But this is crazy in here. And obviously, this here, this is a throttle cable. Someone will probably know what that is across there with a huge heat shield. And that's going right across. So what that is, someone will probably know. But yeah, it's lovely to get them together actually and see the massive differences and listen to all the sounds. Obviously, the WRC car sounds fantastic, and the road car is quite quiet, but obviously it's got all those noises of a turbo car. So it's really interesting to see them both together. Okay, so let's have a look at the front end of this car and have a look at the wheels, the brakes, the suspension. So tyre sizes to start with look identical size. This is a 225 40/18. This is a 225 65/18, which is a rally tyre for tarmac stages, a semi-slick. And this is obviously a road tyre with the grooves. Oz Racing rims on both. They look very similar. These actually cuts back in here, which is slightly different, and these would be magnesium. Obviously the bolts, these are probably titanium for lightness, and I love this gold area it's got in the alloy here. Looks fantastic. Brakes look bigger on the rally car. These are quite big brakes for the time on here, both Brembo, but the calipers are almost double the size. Discs look very similar size, rally car slightly bigger. Then we've got the suspension here, which I found one, and this is a Riga Racing. This is what was used with this gold and purple signature of Riga, and this is a sort of strut and that they would use, because it's extremely heavy. I'm not sure I can pick it up, just about pick that up one hand like that. So obviously very robust and used on all the different stages they have to go through, gravel, safari stages, and like we said, when we looked at the engine, we could see this is a lot higher up here to give them much more travel. So let's go through the interior of this WRC Focus. So door panels all carbon, extremely light when you use them. Fabric here seems to be holding part of the door. Original Ford handles here. Little compartment full of batteries and bits in there. Then as we go through, you see this huge roll cage in here. This is just super strong, obviously, for rallying. We then got this carbon fibre fire extinguisher, carbon fibre footwells, another sort of fire extinguisher down here, assume doing the back, bit of netting, obviously for phones or a drink. Then we got these lovely carbon fibre Sparco seats, Nicky Grist, Colin Mcrae on there. Then as you go through, you see the co-driver's got this lovely digital display, all the telemetry that he needs. There's also quite a few little nice little boxes down here. What's this? PTT. This must be for the co-driver to hold and press during the stages. All carbon in the middle and all the switches. Handbrake, override for the gear lever there, little toolkit here. And then trying to pick up sort of some of the things from the Focus Mk1. The main thing I see is these door panels. We can see that we've got the indicator and washer from the Focus as well, but everything else is pretty much carbon fibre, very similar to sitting in both, but obviously this is a lot more, I say enclosed is probably the word, especially with all the roll cage and all the padding. And you see a huge amount of padding on the roll cage as well. Open fuel lines running from the back obviously to the front. But yeah, it's a lovely place to be, and you know, it's very interesting comparing the cars actually when we compare the other one and go over to the road car. Steering wheel, I think it's probably pretty similar actually, as in size and that as the road car. But as I say, the main difference is everything is just very lightweight, all carbon, and this huge roll cage. Okay, so let's run through the Focus Mk1 RS interior. So these lovely Sparco seats, and they're really comfortable. The only thing I do see sometimes, it sits a little bit high, but I think it's just, you know, a really big chunky seat. Sparco all over the inside. You know, a lot of this aluminium is all from Sparco. Steering wheel is pretty standard Focus steering wheel, a little bit smaller on the middle. You've got this sort of older stereo here, CD player. It's probably still got the same CDs from 2003. Lovely blue RS dials in there as well. The main bit is this carbon here, and it's got a green starter button and plaque there as well. So main takeaway is obviously the World Rally car has a huge amount of carbon, and the only carbon in here is on this surround, as everything was obviously built as a road car for road use. Cards again, same door handles as the World Rally car, electric windows, same as the World Rally car. But yeah, it's actually a really nice interior. So I'll probably change the two-tone wheel, but I do like the blue in the seats, really nice. So it's a lovely interior. So here we have the boot of this WRC car, and there's lots of interesting items in here. Obviously spare wheel, we've got a blanket down in there, we've got a carbon fibre strut brace on the way through, huge jack here. Then we've got this roll cage going all the way through, and I assume in there they'd probably put their crash helmets. Then you've got this carbon item in them. I'm not 100% sure what that is, but that goes right through the middle. Fire extinguisher, another one here. These are lovely, these items on here, just to hold the bonnet. This is really heavy. I can't tell you how heavy that is. It's really heavy, but it's held up by this lovely carbon strut there to hold that. So this just goes in. But yeah, that is really, really heavy. And that just goes into there to hold it up. But yeah, this is, there's so many interesting things on this car that you find all the time when I come in here and have a look. And obviously this sort of gold strut there coming up, the Riga suspension again coming through. But yeah, it's absolutely immaculate, this car. There's this one here, vents. Again, maybe that's venting something from the fuel tank. But yeah, it's really, really nice to see this. And as I say, there's always more and more interesting bits you find on the car. And obviously compared to the road car, there's no comparison in the back of here. You don't have a boot or anything that would help you in a rally. So yeah, lots of interesting bits. And yeah, we hope we've really enjoyed you watching this and seeing all these bits on the car. So we're at the end now. These are the two cars, Focus rally car, Focus road car. We hope you really enjoyed that. And say, please comment if you had a Mk1 RS or you had a Focus and you really enjoyed your time, and any bits I haven't picked up on the cars, yeah, please comment on that. We'd like to know even more. But again, thanks for viewing and really hope to see you on the next one.